Hi, this is our capstone for Forensic Investigator. Our team is called Rhino Hunters. Our team is myself, Emily, Alex, Bianca, David, and Taurus. And this is our introduction. We conducted research on the methodology of data files, deletion, and recovery, compared and contrasted the different methods and effectiveness, analyzed the standards and guidelines in regards to how such could affect privacy laws, further dug into the methods of how files are stored and where. Then we tied in what methods are best to use in a forensic setting. Lastly, we created a mini rhino hunt exercise to apply our research to. A major takeaway we got from this project would have to be knowing what your scope is and what complexity and resources you have to work with when considering deletion and recovery options or tools.
In data management, ensuring the secure deletion of sensitive information is important. Some of the more common methods that exist for this purpose include physical destruction, cryptographic erasure, data sanitization, secure file deletion, and data erasure software tools. However, data loss isn't always intentional, and recovery methods play a crucial role. Some of those methods include backup and restore, data recovery software tools, file carving, and data reconstruction and RAID data recovery. When choosing a deletion or recovery method, factors such as data sensitivity, storage media reusability, ease of implementation, scope of work, complexity, and available budget may all be carefully considered to ensure the most effective method is selected.
There are many different guidelines and laws regarding data collection, recovery, protection, and deletion. Around the world, these laws differ, with some countries providing more protection than others. In the UK, there is a comprehensive law called the General Data Protection Regulation. Included in this law is the right to erasure, or the right to be forgotten. You can request to potentially remove certain search results about you on search engines, or otherwise remove or delete your personal data. American courts, however, do not recognize this right. There's not really a single guideline or law about data protection in the United States. Instead, there's many smaller laws that serve to protect data on the state and federal level. One of the laws that can protect your data is the Fourth Amendment. The Fourth Amendment protects American citizens from unlawful search and seizure, which includes their personal information stored on their devices. In the US, there's also laws regarding information about you that is stored on third parties, like websites and internet service providers. The Electronic Communications Privacy Act of 1986 is one of the laws that protects U.S. citizens' data. The Stored Communications Act applies to various types of electronic communications and records stored by ISPs, including emails, text messages, voicemails, and other digital communications. The Stored Communications Act protects the content of electronic communications from unauthorized access by government entities and other third parties. It establishes rules for when and how government agencies can obtain access to stored communications, requiring them to obtain a search warrant, court order, or subpoena in most cases. However, if the right documents are obtained by law enforcement, almost any information about you can be obtained via your own devices or third-party records.
Before software can run on your computer, it must already be inside of storage. Behind these files, there's usually a little bit of leftover space, or slack space. Slack space is when the actual data stored in a file or on a disk does not completely fill up the allocated space. In many layers of storage, you can find slack space. Let's use a hard drive, for example. A hard drive contains one or more partitions. A partition contains many clusters. A cluster contains multiple sectors. Slack space is at the end of a file or inside of sectors. Here is where you'll find slack space. Due to these areas of storage, you can possibly find traces of deleted or overwritten data. Because of that, you can use slack space in digital recovery or digital forensics.
Finding tools that actually work for data recovery. First, you should ask what makes a tool considered working. Obviously, it needs to recover data, but not one tool will work for all situations. Here are some things to think about when choosing a tool. The purpose and scope. What are you trying to do? Disk imaging, file recovery, features and functionality. What will be effective for your scope? If you need data acquisition and data extraction, but pick a tool that only uses analysis or visualization, it will not meet your needs. Reliability and accuracy. Every tool or software is going to have downfalls to it. Pick something that has good reviews for reliability and is trustworthy. Security and compliance. Is it legal? Are you going to get fired for this or fined? Cost and availability. Can or will your company invest in this product, or can your systems meet the requirements for the product? Ultimately, do your research before choosing a tool and make the best decision that will meet your end goal.
A great way to train new hires or even current employees would be to provide a mini exercise in digital forensics. Here I provided a quick scenario in which a tech firm has experienced a data breach involving sensitive data. The following slides provide brief explanations regarding important processes within digital forensics. Once the file in question is discovered, there are a few important details we should be on the lookout for. Determining the file type and size could be vital information to the investigation. Tools like Wireshark and Autopsy can help verify the integrity of a file. Metadata within the file can also be a good indication on file tampering. Things such as creation dates, any revisions, or file sizes that are larger than they should be could be a clear indication. When recovering deleted or damaged files, tools such as Autopsy, Incase, or FTK Imager can be a huge help to the team. Hash values can be another indicator of tampering with a file. If the original hash for a file is known, that can be compared to the hash value of a compromised file. If there happens to be any discrepancies between the two, then that could be a cause for further investigation. Uh, Once all this information is discovered, you could then formulate a proper report to be presented to any stakeholders.